Yo, what's good, guys? Producer Mykah here, and today, guys, I'm just gonna be showing you an amazing guitar pattern you can use to just create, melodies for your beats. So without wasting time, let's just go right to our DW. All right, so I made this beat on my TikTok live, so I'm just gonna play just the guitar melodies. Then I show you guys, how this melody just works. Very nice. And I'm using my favorite guitar VST, which is the Ilya Ifemous guitar. I just love this guitar because it's just sounds so realistic that you just need to go get it if you haven't. So by itself, without the effect on it, the guitar sounds like this. Not bad, but I have my guitar rig. Guitar rig just gives your guitar life. It just breathes life into it. I'm using this preset, nice, passive, clean. So without this, it sounds like this. But with this, you can see how it just gives it that. I don't know how I'm gonna explain it, but it just brightens it up and give it some life. Amazing. Then I just have some delays, reverb, and just cutting out some of the lows. That's just my preference. I just like the guitar really just between the mid and high, so that my bass can just take that low end. All right, now, so back to the guitar melody. So, right, if you look, we are on the key of G, right? So G, and if you know our G scale, we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to our 1, right? So if you're looking at this now, I'm moving from the 4, right? 4 to the 6. So 4, 6, 5. Simple. 4, 6, 5. Simple chord progression. So let me bring in like my piano now, for example, and just copy this chord right here. Just paste it in the piano. So I have this. So why this works is because if you look at our 4 major, just our major triad, we'll have something like this. It should be this. So let me take this down. It should be this. Fa, la, do, mi. So looking at our major 7th, right? This will be the chord. Yeah. So this. Let's put this also again. So yeah, so why this work is because when you're playing guitar, like I said in my previous video, you don't just play the chords like you're playing, you're playing normal keys, or you play the grand piano. You just need to either strum it, and the way a guitar is played, the chords are not really clustered, they are open chords, right? So that's why I see when I create a chord like this, I can just take this note up an octave, so have this an octave higher. So we now have something like this. Let's take this. So you can see how open this sounds. Then the next thing, I can decide to take this also an octave higher. So just playing around with your notes gives it a different feel. So when creating guitar melodies, just try doing something like that, like playing around with the notes. Don't just put them clustered. Just try to take like some of the note an octave higher, and it's just going to give it a different feel. You can see the same chords. Let me just bring these two down. Right, we have this. If I take it an octave higher, I have a different sound. If I just take one an octave higher, I have this. So you can see how just playing around with, the notes gives it a different feel. So this, like I said, let's bring this down. We have a C major 7. So to form give it a nice guitar play, all I just need to do is, for example, since I can take out these notes. We have this. Sorry, let's bring this down. Take out this note. We have this. So I can take this higher. Now we have this. You have to say, okay, where are we heading to? So another way, the next thing is to create a strum. So you can just create a simple strum pattern. You can decide to put this note. Let's turn on our metronome. I have something. So create another strum. You can move this. So let's say let's move this also. This is not all about you play, but this pattern always works. So yeah, that's just how, basically created this guitar melody you hear right here. Just, but you see, it sounds more amazing when it's being played with the guitar, because that's how a guitar, or that's what the guitar is meant to play. So it just sounds more amazing when it's being played with the guitar. So that's how we have this. So the same thing with our 6. Yeah, so that's just the same thing I do with my 6 and the 5, and I just had to convert that. So we have this. So that same effect, I bounced it and just sent it to an insert with a lot of reverb. I think the reverb is a little bit more. Yeah, let's bring this down. I always say, once you've gotten like a nice guitar melody or a nice guitar vibe, every other thing that you put in is just going to fall in place. So then, the next thing is our chord. And for the chord, I'm using SKY keys. Here, and I'm using even bubble. And it's just that same chord progression that I showed you. You can see. But here I did a transpose, so I'm playing on the key of C here. But I just transpose it, but it's on the key of G. And if you feel, also I've opened the chords, because by default this chord is gonna sound clustered like this. If you are just playing in basic triad, it's gonna sound something like this. Let's put it down. So you can see, but with this note just up, it gives it a totally different feel. I don't know if you, so just try that secret word, and they're gonna enjoy it. So with our guitar now, with that we have this. Yep, and we've created our nice guitar melody. Every other thing, like I said, this is gonna be simple, right? So then the next thing is the drums. So we are working like we're making like an Afro swing, and I'm just gonna solo the drums. Let's see what the drum sounds like. Yep, simple and just very punchy drums. So getting if you look at the Afro swing kind of vibe, the drums are always punchy. You need to just have drums that are cutting through. When you play it on speaker, the impact is heavy. So I started with this drum groove. This drum groove is from, let's go back to the latest Killer Tones pack. Yeah, this drum groove. Yeah, so this drum groove had a lot of low ends, and for me, I needed the bounce, but I don't need the low end, because I was gonna create like the low end myself. So what I did, I've already changed the effect, but what I did was, using my EQ to cut it out, and I use modern melodies. I use the echo preset. So I have this nice hard hitting toms. So together the toms with it sounds like this. Yeah, the next thing is our rim shot. So for the rim shot, then the next thing is this hat. So we have this. Then the next thing is the kick, very punchy kick. So with the kick we have this. Yeah, and the next thing is this hat. So of late I've been using this hat a lot, just to start my kick. So it just gives the kick a kind of punch, I think. Yeah, so I have this. Yeah, so for me, I felt like it was nice. We already have like a vibe, but it just sounds empty. And what can feel something empty like this is using like vocal samples, ambient sounds, just to fill up the whole spaces in between. Example. So put that in place. We have this. Then the next thing you know is just our bass, and with bass, this is a complete vibe. So for the bass, I will just use a sub bass from Astra. So this is called like a flange bass riz from Astra. Yeah, so just so let's put in the bass. We have this. Yeah, and that's basically it. The other things are just additional vocals. So added that vocal sample. We have this. Yeah, and that's the vibe. Then some additional vocals. All these are just from Splice, just samples I chop off Splice. So I have this. Then I just got these vocal samples. Big shout out to Busy Beats. Yeah, so he created this pack called Bathroom Melodies, or Melodies from the Bedroom. Yeah, so this vocal sample were from that pack, and it sounds like this. Yes, so I just put in that vocal and I have this. Yeah, and I think that's the whole vibe. So what I just did with this another guitar, the same guitar. So what I did, I've done this couple of times in case maybe you've not seen before. What I do is basically come over to my major guitar and just go to the edit sample, and I just change the sample rates. Right, so I just come over, change the sample rates to like 1000, and just hit on resample and bring it in. So once I bring it in, I just have this nice filtered sound. So this can just be underneath it, or I can use something like this for my verse, right? So we have this. Yeah, just give it this filter feel. So that's what we have for here. So with the two guitar. So that guitar can be for my verse. So have this. So let's listen from the top now and just see what it sounds like. So yeah, that's just how you can just play around with your notes and create that vibe. But you have to use like a very realistic sounding guitar. So guys, hope you got something from this. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on amazing stuff. I'm just gonna be dropping the MIDI of this in the Patreon. So in case you want to join the Patreon, the link is gonna be in the description, and you'll be like, what's on the Patreon? Amazing stuff happen on the Patreon. You definitely want to be part of the Patreon community. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. See you guys in the next one.